Manny Pacquiao stepped back into the boxing spotlight at 46, returning to the same arena that hosted some of his most iconic moments, the MGM Grand in Las Vegas. This time, the stakes were high and the challenge formidable, as he faced off against WBC welterweight champion Mario Barrios. The night would end not in triumph, but in ambiguity, as the two warriors battled to a majority draw. For Pacquiao, however, it was not the end of the story, but merely the beginning of a new chapter. He entered the ring after a 4-year hiatus, energized by months of preparation and driven by a desire to prove that age is just a number. Barrios, 30, came in younger, fresher, and determined to make a statement of his own by defending his title against a legend. From the opening bell, Pacquiao showed flashes of the speed and aggression that made him one of the most feared fighters of his generation. He bounced on his toes, launched rapid combinations, and evaded counters with surprising dexterity. The crowd, a mix of old fans and new admirers, erupted with every flurry that landed. Barrios, to his credit, remained composed. He absorbed the early pressure and began adjusting. His reach advantage and youth became more apparent as the fight progressed, allowing him to dictate some of the exchanges in the middle rounds. The judges' scorecards told the story of a tightly contested bout. One judge gave the edge to Barrios, 115 to 113, while the other two saw it even at 114 to 114. It was enough for Barrios to retain his title, but not enough to silence the debate over who truly deserved the win. Pacquiao, ever the warrior, believed he had done enough. "I thought I won the fight," he said with the same calm confidence that marked his career. "It was a close fight. My opponent was very tough. It was a wonderful fight." He then added, without hesitation, yes, of course, when asked if he wanted a rematch. In a division teeming with younger talent, Pacquiao remains a compelling figure. He last won a welterweight title at 40, making him the oldest to ever do so. Now, at 46, he's trying to accomplish what no fighter before him has, winning a major title after induction into the International Boxing Hall of Fame. That he lasted all 12 rounds, and arguably won, is a testament to his enduring greatness. Early in the fight, he looked as sharp as he has in years. The trademark combinations, the angles, the feints, they were all there. It was as if time had momentarily reversed. Observers noticed a leaner, more focused Pacquiao than the one who lost to Yordenis Ugas in 2021. That fight seemed to signal the end. But 4 years later, he returned rejuvenated. His 2-month training camp, although shorter than ideal, left him in remarkable shape. Statistically, the fight was razor-thin. Pacquiao landed 101 punches out of 577 thrown, while Barrios connected on 120 of 658. Their power punches were almost identical, 81 for Pacquiao, 75 for Barrios. But it was Barrios who finished stronger, sweeping the final 3 rounds on most cards. Barrios himself was effusive in praise. "His stamina is crazy," he said. "He's still strong as hell and his timing is real. He's still a very awkward fighter to try to figure out." Coming from the champion, those words carried weight. Barrios didn't just survive, he adapted, and in doing so, held onto his belt. For Pacquiao, the performance was about more than just numbers or titles. It was about pride, legacy, and national honor. "I love the Filipino people," he said. "And I love to give honor to my country." He admitted his training was cut short due to political obligations, noting that 3.5 to 4 months would have been ideal preparation. Pacquiao's comeback also comes after a political setback. He failed to win re-election as a senator in the Philippines, which left a void that boxing, once again, helped to fill. He was granted this title shot under WBC rules that allow former champions a path back upon return, and he made the most of it. Despite the draw, Pacquiao's legacy remains untarnished. If anything, it's burnished by his refusal to back down and his willingness to compete against younger, elite opponents. He's not here for exhibition fights or nostalgia bouts. He's here to compete for titles. If a rematch with Barrios can't be arranged, he said he'll look for other challenges. That's the fighter's spirit, always seeking the next test, the next mountain to climb. He knows what it takes, and he's prepared to commit fully if given the opportunity. The fans certainly want more. The cheers, the chants, the electricity in the building, all pointed to a man whose appeal transcends age and time. He is, and perhaps always will be, boxing's eternal firebrand. As analysts break down the fight in slow motion, comparing footwork, timing, and technique, one thing becomes clear: Pacquiao didn't just survive. He competed. He excelled. He defied the odds once again. There's something poetic about watching a legend in the twilight of his career still moving with purpose, still carrying the hopes of a nation, still dreaming bigger than most men half his age. His comments about training time reveal a focused mindset. Pacquiao knows preparation is everything, especially at this stage. I only had 2 months training, he said. Next time, I need at least 4 months. That shows commitment, not excuse making. The rematch, should it happen, would be massive. The storyline is already written. The legend chasing history, the younger champion defending his place in a new era. It's a fight fans across the world would tune in for. And if it doesn't happen, there's still time and options. Pacquiao could face another top welterweight, or even move into a catchweight bout with high stakes. The hunger is clearly still there. For Barrios, the result was both vindication and a warning. He held off a legend, but barely. He knows the rematch could tilt the other way. He'll have to evolve further to keep his title. Pacquiao's presence in the division changes the landscape. Other contenders may be wary of facing him, but others may see it as an opportunity to test themselves against greatness. At a time when boxing often struggles for mainstream attention, Pacquiao brings drama, credibility, and excitement. His fights are events, his words are headlines, and his performances are still capable of stirring the soul. Whether this journey ends in glory or heartbreak, it already stands as one of the most impressive feats in boxing history. Pacquiao is fighting not just for belts, but for meaning. He continues to redefine what's possible in combat sports. Every time he steps into the ring, he challenges assumptions about age, decline, and limits. And as long as he can compete like this, the world will watch. Because Manny Pacquiao is more than a fighter. He's an idea, one that refuses to fade.